So, welcome, welcome. Coffee yoga on a Merry Christmas Eve. I've got my fire crackling in the background, and I just want to say, a big thanks for showing up. I know this is right in the middle of holidays, and it's a real testament to each of us, actually, for just showing up today, because it could be easily that we go and have our big brunch with our family, or we're whatever it is. But I, for one, am super happy to be here, and I bow to your dedication also, because it takes something to show up. So good for us, and cheers to whatever's in your cup. I was sharing some of my coffee rituals this morning. We sometimes just like pranayama with the full bean to wake us up in the morning. Yeah, my daughter is on that page for sure. Now, just to get started, we're going to start with pranayama. So with a breath practice. So find a place to sit up, and it can be against the wall. You can be sitting on a block, on a cushion. Now, those of you who've been practicing this for a while, you know that whatever you have in your cup, you can have it close by, and you don't have to wait for me to tell you to take a sip. You can, have that by your side and sip away at your leisure. So I mentioned in last night's practice about, just that the transition in time where we're in right now into the winter solstice, and how it's a time of a real time of manifestation. So hopefully, in practices like this, in times like this, hopefully you've got little windows to yourself. Maybe it's in nature, to do a little reflection and have time to bring into your life and to your mind what those aspects are that you'd like to bring into your life. So the word manifestation, actually, it just means that, to manifest, and the power of your own mind or your own energy and attention. You're doing it right now. You're manifesting a practice into your daily life, right? It's happening right now. So know that you have that within you, that is, it is part of a daily practice, this manifestation. And so maybe let's take a moment to just close down the eyes. And you can do what you like with your hands. If you like to take Anjali, you can take the palms together at the heart, or maybe just rest them in your lap if you're feeling like you need a little grounding. And then start to just, without changing it yet, start to just listen to your breath. Just notice how you arrived. Notice how it is that you're breathing, and perhaps notice the effect that your breath has on your state of mind, your state of being. So as you ground into the floor, into your sit bones, to your seat, notice that quality of being connected. And as you sit up tall, you can envision the natural curves of your spine, all the way up to the crown of the head and even the space above. So you could think about your energy field right now. And for me, I often think about the preciousness of it, the space that I'm creating when I come to my mat, this ritual of our practice. So just breathing in and out of the nose for now. And maybe just to open up these pathways a bit, let's start with a little bit of that neck opening. Just drop one ear to one shoulder. So very simply. And then tune into the sensation that's there. Allow for that shoulder, opposite shoulder, to drop away.
I didn't get the email today, so Allison sent it to me.
We did it.
Oh, good work, ladies. Welcome. Merry Christmas Eve. We just got started. I'm going to put you on mute. Awesome. Roll your chin through center and then over to the other side. So if you're just joining, we're just opening up through the neck and getting in touch with the breath a little. And nice to start with that kind of grounded quality. So really feel the earth beneath you. And then switch again. Roll your chin through center and over to the other side. And then noticing if anything has shifted. Notice the quality of your breath. And how after you've been seated for a few minutes, if your energy is shifted or even the length of your breath has shifted. And without judgment, without needing to get anywhere in particular. Roll to the other side once more. Opposite shoulder dropping away. So we look to some of the subtle movements, the subtleties in our practice. I'm going to move with intention and slowly today. Come back to center and up. And now let's apply a pranayama practice with the pump of the belly. So it can be a little heating, and we're going to apply it to a twist. So it's called Bhastrika. And so what the practice is inhaling through the nose and then pumping the belly as you exhale 7 times. So don't worry if it, doesn't, if you lose count or whatever, I'll walk us through it. What we'll do first is inhale and just reach the arms up. So you get long through the side waist. Good, and then twist to the left. So you're just taking one hand to your knee and one hand behind you. You'll hold this position, take an inhale first, sit up tall. Exhale, gentle twist. We're gonna stay here for Bhastrika. So inhale, do your best, and exhale out 7 times. Good, stay and try that one more time. Inhale here, sit up tall. Exhale out 7 times, a little pump of the belly. Nice work. Inhale through center. So reach both arms up. Exhale, twist the other way. Your hands behind you, holding you up. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale and turn. And prepare 2 rounds of Bhastrika. Inhale. Exhale out 7 times. Little pump of the belly. Just do your best. Stay for your inhale. Sit up. A little winding out. 7 exhales. Good. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twist the other way. 1 more single Bhastrika. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale 7 times. 7, fully twist, turn, look behind you. Good, inhale through center, sit up tall. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, twist. 1 more Bhastrika, inhale. 7 times, exhale out. Twist, twist, twist. Good, and then release back to center. Let's take one little cooling breath now. And as I talked about that energy field, we're gonna take a seal with the hands, a mudra called Lotus Mudra. So you're gonna seal your pinky finger and your thumb finger and let the other finger separate like lotus petals, yeah? Take it right at the heart. And then for a moment, just thinking about what is inside that flower. So thinking about maybe the nectar that is you even. And each petal representing maybe a part of you, an emotional state, you know, a subtler layer or level of yourself that we can allow to flourish open. And so this breath we're going to take is going to be a little bit cooling. So we're going to actually, like you're sipping through a straw, you're going to inhale through your lips as you take your lotus flower up. So sitting tall, inhale, reach it up, and then exhale through the nose as you bring your arms around your energy field. Back down. Let's try that again. Lotus flower, inhale, sip the breath in, reach up. As you exhale, hands come around, nice energy field all around you. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, sip it in, sit tall, reach your flower up and out. Exhale through the nose, reach your arms down and around. Twice more like that. Get into a rhythm. Exhale. Loving, joyous energy fields. Last time. And exhale. Let's come right into eagle arm. So we're going to take left arm under right, give it a cross. And if you can, reach for your thumb, your wrist, or both of your hands. And you're going to inhale and lift the elbows, getting a little into the spine, and exhale and round. Drop your chin to your chest. Good. Inhale and lift. Keep the bind. Exhale and round. So it's a bit like seated cat-cow with a nice little opener for the shoulders, upper back, and neck. Inhale up. Exhale round. Once more, follow your breath. Inhale up. Now breathing in and out through the nose. Keep it steady. Exhale round. Good. Unravel. Inhale and reach both arms up. And then exhale, switch the cross of your arms. And other side. Inhale, lift up. So you're rolling forward in the pelvis, lifting the heart. Exhale, tuck under, round, back of the heart goes back, chin to the chest. And follow that range of motion. Little flossing of the shoulders. Inhale up, open. Exhale, round, coil in. Inhale up and open. Exhale, round it in. Twice more like that. Follow your breath, exhale. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, slowly lower. Nice one. Undo your seat and just lean back and take the legs in front of you. So we're just gonna undo that a little.
That felt so good. I just have to say that.
Yes.
That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Already a win. I love it, Carolyn. Windshield wiper the legs. So you're just leaning back and knees are bent. Feet are nice and wide, and then roll over the feet from side to side. So just working into the bigger joints a little bit. We're going to take it slow and mellow, and hopefully it all feels that good. Rolling side to side. And remembering to always do what is needed and what is called for in your body. This is that. Part of the fine tuning of having a practice and a home practice or collective like this is to have that ability of being the witness and in a way being your own teacher. I will always be here for you, but the times when I'm not, I'd love to hear about those experiences that you have where you actually did listen and maybe you found something out about yourself and you develop your own practice and what the call is each and every day for what's needed for you. Awesome. Okay, swing your legs around and we'll just sit in kneeling. So this one for the feet, if you tuck your toes under, you may want to cushion the knees. Have a seat back on the heels. So this is a good opener for the toes and the feet. If you've been skiing like me or you're putting your feet into boots or skates, this will feel good to spread through the toes. And you don't have to sustain it. So if that is agonizing for you, feel free at any time to untuck and sit back on the heels, the tops of the feet. But hold it for as much as you can for now. Nice. And then inhale and reach the right arm up and take it behind you. And then take the left hand and reach across for the elbow. Take a deep inhale. Pull the lower lobes of the ribs, pardon me, in. So if you're really expressing open, just draw that into center. And then we're going to come up and over. A little side bend. We'll get more into that. Breathing through the side waist. Oh my goodness, we have a Teresa joining us. Amazing. I kind of figured today might be like this a little in the holidays. So just gonna welcome her in as she gets here. Good, and then we're gonna switch our sides. So come on down with the arms and switch your side. Left arm up and behind the head. And then take a hold. Up and over we go. And so you're extending the breath down into the side waist a little more, through the armpit, the shoulder. Know that if you need to undo the feet at any time, you can. One more breath like that. And then up and over. Take the hands in behind. So I'm going to undo my feet at this time. Give them a little break. Interlace the hands behind the back. And then peel the shoulders open, the elbows back, and extend through the arms. Lift the chin. So let's give a moment for the front of the neck also. See if you can pull your fists down, pull the shoulder blades down your back. And keep the lips sealed, so you're still breathing through the nose. So this is also an opening of the front side of our throat, our heart, that normally stays closed because we're so forward moving people. Breathe deep across the chest. Really nice. And now see if we can fold it over. Keep the clasp and fold over like you would be coming to child's pose. If you can, drop your forehead to the earth and lift your hands up, any amount. Big breath here. Good. Push into your shins, rise up. Release the clasp. And now spread the knees apart and glide yourself into a nice juicy child's pose. So your knees are wide, your toes are together, and walk yourself forward. Now, if you feel like a big old stretch, keep that active and reaching forward. However, if you want to make it softer, just bend at the elbows, maybe make a pillow with the head and drop your head here. So again, tune into what's needed for you. And then find your sweet breath. So it travels down the back. And across the low back. And even along the sides of your waist. Where can you feel the breath? Now, where is it needed? One more deep inhale. Good, and then slowly walk yourself up. From this position, we're just going to pull our left foot forward and step it so we land in a low lunge. If you need to, you can pad the right knee. And as you inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, sweep the arms back. So notice how slow I'm moving. If you're feeling like moving swifter, feel free. We're just moving gently into the body. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, taking them back. It's a little opener for the hips. Say good morning to the hips this morning. Really nice. Make it feel good. One more time like that. Good. And then we're just simply going to switch. Take that knee back, step the right foot forward. Keep that movement going into the hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, take it back. Inhale up. Take it back. I just read a quote from Albert Einstein that said, nothing happens until something moves. So we're moving through. Gentle in our movements, aware and conscious, linked with breath. The beauty of this practice. There's nowhere really to get to. Perfection is completely out of the question. And you just feel in your own body what is needed and follow that. Inhale, come up, and then take it back down. And from here, low plank. So both knees matched, hands into the shoulders. Take a breath in, and then slowly lower to your belly. From here, we're going to take just 3 groovy little cobras. Point your toes, lead from the back of the head. Inhale and rise up to whatever degree, doesn't have to be high. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, lower. One more time, cobra to whatever degree. Exhale, lower. Come back through hands and knees and tuck your toes under, and then lift up into a walking down dog. So you're gonna pedal your feet, your hips come high. I'm amazed my Santa hat's staying on. See the world from upside down a little. Shift your hips side to side. A little stretch in the backs of the legs. Arms are long and strong. And lift through the tailbone all the way up to the ceiling. Plug down both of your feet and take one more big breath. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, lengthen through. Then take a little walk to the top. Your feet between your hands and bend your knees a lot. Here's where you may even find a block useful. I sometimes take it in front and then take a halfway lift. So what that means is you're flattening the back. So the knees might stay bent or you might straighten them a little, but flatten out the back and pull the heart forward. Stay for a couple of breaths. Just see what that feels like. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Good, and then soften the knees, exhale and fold over your legs. It's a gentle forward fold. Bow the head. And then twice more with breath. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. This time, inhale and roll yourself all the way up to stand. Take your time, you're plugged into your feet, and then reach up to the ceiling, upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Take your palms all the way up and join them. Exhale your hands to your heart. Take a moment here. Close down the eyes, just in standing. Have a moment to tune into that intention, or maybe notice what's come up since the beginning. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then we'll just gently move. Inhale, take the arms up again. Reach up, open up. Exhale, fold over gracefully, bow over your legs. Head down towards the earth, tuck the chin at the end. Take your halfway lift position, nice and long. Then as you exhale, step the right leg back and drop the knee. We're in low lunge again. Might be a good opportunity also to have a little sip if you have your coffee nearby. Nice. Block is optional to take under the right hand. Otherwise, your hand to the floor. We're just going to start some arm circles with that left arm. So just up and around, loosening up through the rib cage, up and around. Good. Now, if your hand is on a block, lift it off of the block. And we're just going to step this left leg back like a modified side plank, and then reach your left arm up and over. So your right knee's on the floor. You might keep that block, pardon me. It might feel good to be a little higher. Might work out. And then just reach long through the body. So here's where, tune into the neck. If the head feels okay to drop over, then do that, or turn and look to the floor. If you tend to hold stuff up there. And then we're going to do a little open and close. So reach the arm straight up. If you like, look up so your shoulders are stacked. As you exhale, you're just going to scoop the arm under, almost like you're going to give yourself a hug. Exhale, round and scoop the arm under. Inhale, open it up and reach to the ceiling. And then exhale, round and scoop under. And inhale up, open, exhale, scoop. Gentle in your movements. Allow them to feel good in your body. One more time like that. Nice. Come on down. And then switch again onto your belly. So you're going to come back down, face forward, lower down. We're going to add another little shoulder back opener here. You're going to cross the right arm under the left. I call this one crossed winged pose. If I showed you this way, it's like this. Yeah, and then you're just going to drop your head. And the legs can be long. They can be doing nothing at all. Or if it feels good to pick them up, you could bend the knees and just sway side to side as you drop the head and breathe into the upper back. Fill up your breath all the way. So feel the inhale coming, rising all the way up to the upper lobes of the lungs. You may even feel a spreading of your shoulder blades there right at the top of the breath. And as you exhale, allow everything to soften, release, open, down into the support of the floor. Good, one more breath like that. Nice work. Pull your arms out. We'll come to the other side. Hands come under the shoulders. Press back up to your knees. And then very gently, step your right foot forward in your low lunge. Here's where your block can be under your left hand. And we'll start those circles with the right arm. Opening. You just notice how the rib cage is moving, how the shoulder moves, what the head wants to do, if you want to follow your fingertips with your gaze. Just noticing what feels right, what feels good. Let the breath be your guide, as always. One more time around. Good, then we'll take the right foot and step it back and long. So you're extending that leg out. And then for now, to start, just feel that full side body stretch. Reach that right arm up and over. So you press into the foot, reach through the arm, feel a nice long line through the side waist. And then as you feel ready, you'll just reach it straight up, arms stack. So it's like modified side plank pose. Reach up and open through the heart. and then like you're hugging in. So scoop the arm underneath your ribs, look down, turn the body, and then inhale up and open. The same movement like that. It's a nice little rotation in the hips also. Inhale, open. Exhale, scoop and round. 2 more times like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, scoop. Open. Scoop. Nice. And then as you feel ready, come on down. Transition. We'll do that cross swing pose on the other side. Back down to your belly, slowly lower. Cross opposite arm underneath. For me, it's my left. And you can just point the toes away, let your legs rest, do nothing. And then I take my chin or my head over top of my arms and just drop it down. Feel free to close the eyes here. Rest the weight of your pelvis, your leg bones. Drop your head. And breathe into this side. And notice, especially if you have any shoulder things going on, this side might be a little different, or you might be high on your elbows. Wherever you are, breathe deep, all the way up. Open the back of the heart. As you exhale, fully release. Drop into the floor. 2 more big breaths like that. Enjoy the sensation that comes as you mindfully follow the rhythm of your breath. Okay, we're gonna slowly come out. Let's get into my breath there. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Come through the knees and lift back up to your downward facing dog. Take a crazy little walk up to the top of your mat, feet between your hands. Inhale your halfway lift, either on your block or maybe your shins. Exhale, bow over, forward fold. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up, reach to the ceiling, upward salute. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now it doesn't matter which leg steps, we're gonna go wide on the mat. So we're gonna take a double warrior or goddess stance. Your toes turn out, and then you're gonna let your knees bend in the direction of your toes. So notice that they're not sagging inward, right? That the knees direct back behind you. So we're opening through the groin here. A tiny little invigorator. We're going to inhale and reach the arms up. And as you exhale, like a fist pump, pull your elbows to the side, out the mouth. Okay, we'll do that a few times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Little inner power. Inhale, reach up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale. Stay low with the hips. 3 more. Inhale. Inhale, bring in that manifestation. Exhale out. Whatever doesn't serve. Twice more. Powerful breath. Inhale. Good work. Inhale, reach up and straighten the legs like a 5-pointed star. So it should feel good. Just a little stretch. Engage through the legs. Spread the fingers wide. Gaze high. Open up. Really nice. Exhale, release your hands to your thighs. Rebend into your knees. And we'll do a little shoulder dip here. So you're going to take one shoulder across. Press the leg away. And turn to twist. And then inhale through center. Exhale, twist the other way. Should feel a nice stretch across the whole back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Good. Find your little rhythm. Inhale and exhale. You can get the head involved too. Feel free to look all the way around. Twice more each side. Inhale, center. Full exhale as you do it, dip and twist. Really nice. Center, lift up, and then just step back to the top of your mat. From here, we're just gonna crouch down. So your feet can be together, have a little crouch, reach down to the floor. Well, maybe your coffee's there, tiny sip. Good, and then drop your seat. So take your hands behind you, safely come down to your seat. And then bring the knees together, a little squeeze, and your hands back behind you. So you can bend at the elbows softly. And then from here, see if we can one time just lift up into a reverse plank. So the modification is to take the feet apart, knees bent, and lift the hips. If you can, try it out, full upward plank, the feet together. I start with my knees bent still, and then press up into the hands, straighten the legs, and lift the hips. If it's okay with the head and neck, lift up, look back maybe. 2 more breaths. Get strong in the back side of the body, lift it up and open. Really nice, and slowly lower down. From here, rebend your feet. This is another one for the shoulders. So this is the lobster. Some of you know it. I might face you here. You're gonna still keep the hands behind you. Bend at the knees, step your feet in. You're gonna pick up the hips and scoop the tailbone under. Right, so you're gonna pick up and scoop under your hips towards your heels. If you can, then drop the sacrum. So my elbows are bending. So opposite of a back bend, we're actually letting the chest drop down. Yeah, should feel this in the fronts of the shoulders. And from there, you just take the legs long. It's called the lobster. So it's a good one for the chest, the fronts of the shoulders. If you're someone that does a lot of push-ups, you might find relief in that. So dropping the chest. And the only other place to go with this one, you could take the legs over to one side and you may feel that extra opening across the body. Like I'm talking a foot to one side. Good, and then back to center. And a foot to the other side. Stay with your breath. Head can stay centered. Back to center. Bend at the knees. Press up. Nice. Grab a hold of your seat and just, wrap your arms around. And then just drop your head. Take a couple of breaths here. So we're just coiling in, letting it go in the shoulders, rounding through the back. Let it go through the back of the neck. One more breath like that. Really nice. Come on to roll back up. Swing your legs behind you and come once more onto your belly. So here, this one, a really great opener for wrists and forearms. So if you have like carpal tunnel, we're gonna come into flying locust. So you're gonna take your hands underneath, palms face down, underneath your hips. So I'm doing a little shimmy from side to side, pinky fingers towards one another and chin to the floor. You may choose to just stay right here, or you can come with me. You're gonna bend the right knee and then just lift the left leg and place it on top of the foot. So I'm just letting my leg fall, my shin to my foot. You could come higher or lower to the ankle. Take a few breaths here. Chin to the floor. Press the palms down into the floor. Breathe like this. One more inhale. Lift the left leg and lower it. Let's come right into the other side. If you need to adjust, scoop the hands under. The arms are long, pinky fingers towards one another. When you're ready, bend the left knee, lift the right leg straight and just place it on top of the foot, like a kickstand. Keep the head centered. Breathe here gently. One more breath. Really nice. Lower that right leg. And it'll feel really good to take the arms out now. And then just gently bring them around. Bend at the elbows. Make a pillow with your hands and settle your head onto your hands. Take a couple breaths just right here. Either staying in stillness, or if you feel like you want to move something, you could again bend the knees and just windshield wiper the feet from side to side if that feels good. Rest your forehead for a moment and just breathe here. Let the shoulders drop. One more big breath. Good. Release your feet. Lift your head. Take the hands under the shoulders. And you can choose either a cobra or an upward facing dog. Just take a back bend of choice. Lifting. Exhaling, coming back and through downward facing dog once more. Take a big breath here. And let's get into the hips a little. You'll take the right leg and reach it up, one-legged down dog. As you exhale, let's pull through to pigeon. So your right knee comes behind the right wrist. And your foot behind the left wrist. And then just look back to see that that back leg is coming straight out from the hip, not out to the side. So tuck the toes under. You could lift and lower. Just find your position that is cozy in your hip. Now, if that hip is well lifted off the floor, you could wedge a blanket or a block under that hip so you feel well supported. Take an inhale and like a little back bend. So first, just relax the shoulders and then lift through the heart. Lift up. As you exhale, we're going to bow it forward. So walking down to maybe rest on the elbows. And hey, if your coffee's at hand, good place to have a sip. We're going to stay here a little bit into the hip. Take a few breaths. You can drop the head. If it feels nice, you could take a block under your forehead and actually just rest your head. And if there's any sensation of tweaking or pain, just lessen the pose a little. Pull that foot in towards the groin a little more rather than further out. You could pull the back knee up. You could come higher off the floor. Otherwise, see if you can start to melt into it. Taking your time. With acceptance, with wherever you are, whatever feelings might come up. If pigeon's too much, Carolyn, you could do this seated too, right? You could do it upright, like a figure four. That. And then take one more deep breath, just down low. Bones are heavy. Deep opening around the right hip. Good. And then slowly walk yourself back up. You're going to shift now onto the right hip. So just drop it down so that you can then swing the left leg around and cross it over. So if when you cross the leg over, your left hip flies off the floor like that, just straighten the bottom leg. And that's the same kind of thing. We're going to come back to that pranayama, that Bhastrika pranayama, in a twist once more. So you choose leg long or fold it in. You take the left hand behind you, inhale the right arm up. As you exhale, hook the elbow or hug the knee. Sit tall, inhale without force. 7 exhales out, Bhastrika. As you look over the back shoulder. Good, one more time, inhale. And 7 exhales into your twist. Inhale, lift up and around. And then undo all this. Just shift to the right hip, undo everything, come back forward and into your downward facing dog. Lift up. Give your tail a little wag back and forth, little intrinsic movement. We'll come to pigeon on the other side. Left leg reaches up. Down dog split. Exhale, pull your knee forward, coming to your variation of pigeon on the other side. And know that that could be seated as well. So I always start with my back toes tucked under just so I can make any adjustments, a little forward or back, and then allow yourself to land. And if a cushion helped on the other side, under the left hip, you might slide a little blanket under there, bring the earth up to you a little. And finding this place, take the hands forward, inhale, and just lift the chest for a moment. A full king pigeon is actually done upright. Well, we're going to take the reclined or sleeping version. We're going to walk our hands forward as you exhale, bow over. You can come to the elbows or reach the arms forward or take that block under the head and allow yourself to fold in and be still with your breath and the space in your mind to allow your body to open to something new. What are the sensations coming up? And can you be okay with them? Breathe into the little nooks and crannies. Notice as we stay, the sensation might intensify. See if you can self-regulate with a long, smooth breath. Allow your body to really assimilate that breath. Last breath here. And as you feel ready, climb yourself back up, drop onto the left hip and swing the right leg around. It steps over the knee. If the right hip is floating, just extend the bottom leg, it's all good. Sitting on both sit bones. Inhale, sit up tall. Take the right hand behind you so it's your kickstand. It holds you upright. Reach the left arm up, inhale. As you exhale, either a hook of the elbow or just a hugging of the leg. 2 Bhastricas here. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale 7 times. Good, one more time, Bhastrika. Sit up tall, inhale. Love your hat, Carolyn. Exhale 7 times. Fully exhale and twist all the stale air and toxins out. Nice work. And then slowly release. Come around, undo the legs, and then before we recline, take the legs open to a straddle. Again, if it's helpful, take a little blanket or cushion under the sit bones. Even just a little lift sometimes can help the pelvis to tilt forward, to be in a neutral, safe place. And your legs don't have to be as wide as they've ever been. Just make it comfortable for you and flex the feet so the toes are facing up. If you need to support your spine, if you feel really drawing back here or the hips or the back pulling you, coiling you in, take the hands behind you and add that support. Straighten the arms and sit up nice and tall. Good. Let the leg bones settle, let the hip flexors soften, and the sit bones draw into the earth. Good opportunity for a sip if you'd like one. And then easefully, mindfully, The hands can either stay back there and you start to hinge forward, or you can walk the hands forward. So again, we're not overdoing it. You should feel a sensation here. If you have a block or you'd like support, you could lean on your elbows on the block if you'd like. You could take it under the head if you'd like. And fold over with care. You could stay up high and hold your own face in your hands. So it could be mellow. Or yeah, the eyes or the forehead. Take some deep breaths into the opening, the length of the legs, the groin, without being in a hurry or needing to get anywhere at all. There's a beauty in the simplicity of things. And that is one of the grounding aspects of this practice. Give yourself full permission to just enjoy, to be present. And without judgment, whatever's coming up, if something is funky in the body, it's a part of you. You breathe to that, that's part of me. And it could be that simple. Full acceptance and compassion. 2 more breaths here, wherever you find yourself. And slowly rise yourself up. You'll bring your legs around forward. Maybe set the coffee to the side a moment. Take your block, if you have one, or your cushion or your blanket beside your mat so that it's ready for you. And we're going to come to recline. So bending at the knees, roll yourself down safely. And what I'd like to try and do is take that height or the block under the head, slide it under the head. This is one last little one I sometimes do for the neck. And so that the rim of the block rests at the occipital ridge. I might take my Santa hat off for this just to feel this a little more. And you're just simply gonna roll your head from side to side. Yeah, so your shoulders are a little lower than your head. So you've got that space. If you find even laying down that your shoulders creep up by your ears, then self-adjust. Pull the shoulders, slide the shoulder blades down your mat, away from the head, and gently roll on the ridge of your skull, the occiput, from side to side. Should feel some nice openings through the side and the back of the neck. And if the block doesn't feel appropriate, you skip it and just roll on the back of the head. It's all good. Draw your head back to center. And now you'll switch your block. You're going to pull it out. Drop your head flush on the floor. Hopefully you're feeling a little more spacious there now. And then take your block now with your bent knees, lift your hips and slide the block under your hips. So we're coming to supported bridge. Know that there's 3 sides to the block. I'd recommend either the lowest or the second height. And then drop the weight of the pelvis onto the block. And you could stay here, arms by your side if that feels nice, to keep pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Keep your head centered. Or perhaps it might feel nice to reach the arms overhead and just rest them on the floor over your head. So we're bringing some blood flow now in, up back to the heart, a little bit inversion to pull the blood around the neck and up to the brain. Feel free to close the eyes. You have a settling sensation. If your eyes are open, you could glance down at your belly and just watch yourself breathe. little rise of the belly when you fill up, and a lowering of the belly as you exhale. And if your eyes are closed, come to sensation. Feel that rise and fall. See if you can allow your exhales to be a little bit longer. Start to settle a little. And then if your arms are overhead, slowly you can bend the elbows and draw them back down. If you're on a block on the second height, take it to its lowest height. So you've got the biggest amount of surface. Drop your hips back down. You can do this on or off the block. Just take both legs up into the air. So it's like legs at the wall, but in the middle of the room. Vipariti Karani. So allowing the legs to drain a little. A very accessible and easy inversion to take at any time. Really soothing for the nervous system. Take 3 more smooth breaths right here. After your third breath, we'll gently bend at the knees, let the feet on the floor. Push into the floor, lift the hips, take your block out, then slowly roll the hips back down to the floor. If you'd like, pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, wrap your arms around yourself, and then just lastly, roll from side to side, just releasing in the low back. Your head could be lifted or on the floor. And then preparing for our resting pose, Shavasana. Take your legs one at a time long. Take your time to unwind. If you've got a blanket and you want to cover yourself, or socks, or a sweater, make yourself cozy. And lay yourself out, nice and long. Drop the feet open, the palms open, and close down the eyes. You may even have an eye pillow or a hood that you bring over your eyes. Take a big inhale and fill yourself up. And as you exhale, allow yourself to really land. You can sigh out the mouth. Letting go now of any control of the breath. So you come back to a smooth, natural breath pattern. Nothing left to do. Your only job here is to rest. Notice if there's still something that you might be holding on to, and if you can easily drop yourself into the floor, letting go. Allow yourself to be present and gift this time to yourself. And gently allow yourself to tune back in to your breath without having to move. Just take a nice inhale into your system, into your body, and a deep exhale, sigh out the mouth. As always, feel free to stay a little longer in your Shavasana. You could drift off into meditation here. Otherwise, you can join me to come back upright. Take your time to start to move a little. And perhaps bend one knee at a time and roll off to your side, a nice fetal position in between. And then back up to a comfortable way of sitting. And if you've opened the eyes, reclose them. And we're going to close our practice really simply, just with breath. Take your hands together at the heart, this Anjali Mudra, which means to offer. Yes, Christy. We'll take 3 closing breaths, just simply breathing in through the nose and letting out a sigh out the mouth. So this is a really cleansing practice to take hold at any time in need of grounding or settling or even just sealing something up. So sit up nice and tall, and we'll close here with 3 breaths. Deep inhale through the nose. Big sigh out the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale. One more together, all the way to the top. Deep inhale. Let it all out. And bow your head to your hands and to your light, to that light that shines within each of you. And from that place within me, from my light, I bow to each of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. A very Merry Christmas to you. So happy to have you here. Mhm.